Hi. So, sorry guys. I was on my bed a little bit. This is going to be my hair's crazy audio narrative on skateboarding and the linguistic sort of the linguistic ways that it kind of coincides with me. Um, in skateboarding, it's sort of defined as how you dress, how you speak. So skinny jeans, big shirt, bulky shoes. That's kind of always been the norm for skateboarders since way back then. I'm pretty sure earlier in the 90s it was baggier jeans and stuff. But what I really want to speak about today is the fact that we, as a small community of people, we have our own lingo, our own way of describing things, our own way of speaking to one another, and our own way of being, if that makes any sense. So a couple of examples I can use is like saying sick. I know many people hear that term and already know that it means cool, but in skateboarding, that's normally what we use to describe, like, oh, that trick was cool, or oh man, that was super sick. Things of that nature. The next thing is heel flip, kick flip. Those are terms that not anybody else outside of skateboarding would normally know, just because those terms directly coincide with skateboarding and how it functions and what it does. So another one is like smooth or buttery. Buttery refers to how your style of skateboarding is, if that makes sense. It refers to how you land a trick, how you ride away. Like, oh, that was buttery. Or clean. Clean is another way. If you land a trick, you land it to where you don't fumble, don't put your foot down, don't put your hand down. You just land it right away. Then that was clean. Now, on the opposite side of the coin, we have sketchy. Sketchy is exactly how it sounds. You landed it sketchy. You had to put your hand down, your foot down, something to get your balance in order for you to properly ride away on the skateboard. That's what sketchy means. Another fun one I like to use is next tee. Next tee is something like next try. So you're keep trying this trick, you don't land it, and then you're like, oh, next tee, I got it. Next try, you're gonna land it. That's normally what it means. I just thought it was interesting to kind of go over, how skateboarding functions as like its own little group, and how being literate in it is something I guess we take for granted just because we don't stop to think like, oh, hey, like all this lingo that we know is only like in our group. Not normal people out in society don't know this. And it's cool to see how it has developed into its own culture and its own way of communicating over the years. So yeah, I mean, that is really my take on literacy. At least when it comes to skateboarding and the impact it's made on my life and how it's kind of formed me into who I am now and how I speak now, other than English and my other classes and my major, but that's separate. So yeah, that's about it. Peace out.